First, just generally, how are you today?
Doing wonderful. Yeah, look, just excited about the upcoming week. We got a final NXT before Stand and Deliver tomorrow night, and then it's out to Vegas for an incredibly big week for all of us.
Absolutely. To steal a line from you, I gotta ask, are you ready for Stand and Deliver this weekend?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, we're certainly tying up all of our loose ends. Tomorrow night after the NXT show, we will be locked and loaded and ready to go. And then look, and then it is. Then it's just an exciting week. Just when it comes to WWE World, the Hall of Fame, a SmackDown. My goodness, then Stand and Deliver, then WrestleMania, then rolling into Raw, and then NXT again on Tuesday night. It is going to be an incredible week. Not just for the WWE universe, but also for all of us, performing and behind the scenes. This is what we work all year for, and
Yeah.
it really is. It's going to be very exciting. A lot going on, and just trying right now, even at 60, trying not to get overwhelmed with everything.
No, completely. Is there any challenge to building out the Stand and Deliver cards every year because of talent cycling in and out of NXT every year, whether it's people coming from outside the company, whether it's people who are coming up in the Performance Center. Now we have LFG, we have Evolve, and then eventually people go up to the main roster. So do you find it challenging every year to book these Stand and Deliver cards, especially, building up to it with all the PLEs that come months before?
Sure. Yeah. Look, the creative in general, incredibly challenging. I will say this: going from a talent to then over to the creative side, I have found myself on many occasions going back and looking at some of the people that are still here with the WWE and letting them know how sorry I was as a talent to, have been sort of giving them such a hard time. It's not an easy lift, for sure, but it's incredibly rewarding. But it is. Look, when it comes to GLEs, and then of course for us traveling on the road now, going out for special television tapings, and then needing all here at Stand and Deliver this weekend is incredibly exciting. But at the same time, yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was challenging. But I'll say this: we've got so many talented young men and women on this roster that don't always get to be on all of those shows that we were previously talking about. And so one of the things that I certainly, and again, whether people agree with it or not, it is a choice that certainly that I've made, that we have so many multi-person matches out there at Stand and Deliver. And I know that some of the wrestling purists out there don't always believe in that, but there are way too many people here that have put in so much work, so much time, so much effort over the last year here at NXT, that we want to make sure that as an opportunity, or as many people as we can handle, have an opportunity to enjoy this incredible weekend, and be a part of what's going to be a fantastic show that kicks off the weekend with Stand and Deliver.
No, absolutely. It's watching every week. Me and my people who I talk wrestling with, we just marvel at how much talent there is within NXT, whether it is again the homegrown people or the talents that have come in over the last year, like an Ethan Page, a Ricky Saints, a Stephanie Vaquer, a Julia, Jordan Grace. Like it's just there's so many viable people, contenders for titles, and just like future stars. I almost want to ask, like, since you've been around at NXT, working with NXT for so long, I don't want to, make you pick a favorite time period, but like, how would you describe this current era of NXT compared to the 2.0s, the black and gold? Like, well, what would you label this?
Well, again, I don't know where I would label it. I would certainly put it at right now. NXT is experiencing uh, success, television ratings, you know, uh, endorsements, sponsorships, a lot of the commercial things that they have not had the opportunity in the past to experience. And I guess that's what I'm most proud of. Even though, yes, NXT is sort of qualified as the college football of the WWE, but we are now again, bringing in revenue. Like a again, it's a smaller brand, yes, but it is a brand that is bringing in revenue now, unlike it's ever done before. And so that's something that certainly those of us that are here now are very proud of, and something that our talent, I think, and are very proud of as well. The fact that, this is a very exciting time. Again, with the CW launch this year, so many different things, changed with us going to broadcast television, us going out every month now for different television tapings in different cities across the country has been phenomenal. And so, again, the expansion of NXT as a brand has been unbelievable in this last year. And I think depending on how it is you want to capitalize that, I have some of our talent uh, saying that it's the black and platinum era. And, I don't know what it is people want to call it. All I know is it's a good time right now for NXT. We have incredible momentum. And it's a time, certainly, come this weekend at Stand and Deliver, we're going to kick off with a bang, a WrestleMania weekend that people are going to remember for a long time.
Absolutely. You talked about the multi-person matches earlier, and one that I'm very excited for and very intrigued about is the Fatal Four-Way for the women's title between Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Jordan Grace, and Jada Parker. And I think the most exciting part is obviously it's three talents who have just come in within the last year, but Jada Parker also being in that position. She's grown so much over the last couple years. I got to speak to her several months ago, and like there's just a genuine passion for wrestling. You can tell that it's there. Like, what's it been like to work with her and see how much she's grown over time?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, you talked about NXT and some of the things we have to deal with as far as getting talent from these different places and then our homegrown talent. I think that match kind of encapsulates all that. You've got somebody from TNA that's been doing this for a while, and then you've got these other two individuals that have, darn near traveled the world and but never been seen on a really, really big stage like Stand and Deliver or WrestleMania weekend. And then you have there she is, Jada Parker, homegrown, out of college, trained here at the Performance Center, 100% through and through NXT and WWE to the core. And she has just done an amazing job this last year as far as growing herself as a performer. I look back to her match with Roxanne Perez. I think that's the one that really, even though Jada was doing a great name of making a name for herself, she went out there and performed at an amazing level with somebody, again, who's considered certainly one of the best women in the game right now, Roxanne Perez. And Jada hung with her every step of the way. And she's continued to build on that star-making performance. And look, it's all culminating for a huge opportunity for her this weekend at Stand and Deliver. So we're very proud of what we've built here in NXT, not just from our women's division alone, but also, scouting around the world, finding all the different talents and bringing them under one roof and letting the world see what they're made of.
For sure, for sure. Another talent or talents I got to talk about is Fraxium, man. Every single match they have, it seems like, all right, this might be the time, and then they pull out some crazy stuff. They end up getting their finish off, and they I don't want to say shock the world because like they've been so great that they should be anticipated to win matches. But you having been in some legendary tag teams and factions throughout your career, how does it feel to see Nathan and Axiom, who were put together, just thriving and just being so fluid in the ring and really being considered by many the best tag team in the game right now?
Yeah, well, look, I would 100% agree with the people that say that. I think right now they are, clicking on all cylinders. Very proud of both of them. They're two young men that were extremely talented. I've known them since they came into, NXT UK. Got an opportunity to work with both of them. Not quite from the ground up for both of them, but still pretty darn close. They were talented as singles, very gifted, still are. Um, kind of, stuck their toe in the water here and there with tag team, but once they really committed to being a team, they have taken it to another level. And as you say, I think people again, both of them are. I think, my goodness, we're talking about an average age of maybe 25, 26 years old. And people really do sincerely consider them possibly the best tag team in the industry right now. And that's amazing praise for two guys, again, at their age. And like I said, also still two very accomplished singles wrestlers that can go with anybody at any time. But their commitment team, division and their tag team unity has just been amazing. And I think it's over the last year has shown people that there's somebody that deserves to be looked at in a very, very serious manner.
Absolutely. The not the last match on the card, but the last match we're gonna talk about. Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Obafemi, a clash of three different styles, a clash of three very different guys. You got Trick, who really built it from the ground up over the last couple of years. Obafemi, who came in and just wrecked house over the last year, and then Javon, who's been around and is obviously extremely young, but has already emerged as like, yo, he could end up being just one of the most talented in-ring guys ever. Like for you, how fun is it to work with guys like that and then like kind of put these pieces together to put on these matches that I think everyone in the world watching is just gonna like have a blast with that.
Yeah, well, look, you're talking about three very unique individuals, but all very different. And again, to me, I always tell people this is where I get to sit back sometimes and sort of treat it like a video game. I can let my imagination run wild, and 9 times out of 10, these guys are going to be able to perform whatever it is I might be asking. And it's amazing to be able to have that kind of talent at your fingertips. And look, I think this is going to be something that is going to be remembered for a long, long time. Three very unique, talented individuals in this match: Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Obafemi, all bringing something different to the table. I'm very excited and interested to see how this match turns out. I'll say this: I'm very proud of what all those guys have accomplished. Even though Javon, it's might be the one that sort of, I guess, people look at as having the most experience, but my goodness, he's still a baby. He is
Mhm.
still a baby, and again, talent beyond his years. And then, of course, Trick Williams, who I earlier just came onto this in an amazing way just last year, and again, and with charisma that just, overflows and fills up any arena. And then somebody that you can really see a definitive future guy that is, you say, like, he's going to be a player. He's going to be a guy that is going to make his way to the main roster and be somebody that is going to be a serious player in the future. And we've had the luxury of having that here in NXT, and I have the unprofound, the profound joy of being able to bring these three guys together at Stand Deliver on Saturday. And I think the wrestling world is going to see something.
Absolutely. My last question probably, but I got to ask you something related to yourself. There's been this conversation on social media lately about who is the real Mr. WrestleMania. And there's a picture of you, and there's a picture of Roman Reigns. And now obviously you're probably a little biased towards yourself, but having worked in the business for so long and wanting to see the business move forward, I'm sure you'd be happy to see someone take that title of Mr. WrestleMania. So what is Shawn Michaels' perspective on this Mr. WrestleMania conversation that's going on within the wrestling community?
Well, I'll say this: I'm honored to be included in anything that has Roman Reigns in it. But I'll tell you what. Look, what Roman has built. Again, take me out of it. My goodness, what Roman has built over the last decade plus has been really, really amazing. And for those of us, again, that watched him and all the stuff he had to endure, I'm just talking about, I don't know, the mountain this guy had to climb, personally and professionally. To me, that's when everything, I just say, that's, to me, I think, when you bow down, you say, dude, you've earned everything and deserves everything that he's getting. So, and he's certainly main evented a heck of a lot more WrestleManias than I have. So I would have no problem giving the mantle over to him. And I understand that every now and then Seth Rollins is in there. I'd
Yep.
be more than happy because the man is just an amazing performer. So again, I'm not somebody that is going to hold on like grim death to any of his nicknames or anything else. I'm very honored to have, made a place at WrestleMania, but I'm even more excited about so many of these guys that have taken our business into the future in such a positive and healthy way. And they've created things again, I think, bigger than certainly I would imagined a lot of people could have thought of, but certainly themselves. I don't know where they saw themselves when they first broke in, but I hope they're enjoying what it is they're getting because they're just doing a fantastic job. And I'm honored to sit there and watch it happen.
Absolutely. And you're doing a fantastic job with NXT. There's a lot of people within my circle who say like Tuesday nights is their favorite night to watch wrestling. So just congratulations on everything that you're doing. An incredible career, of course, but also showing that, hey, as great as you were in the ring, you're also pretty great at putting a show together. I can't wait for Stand Deliver this weekend. And yeah, just I guess thank you for all the entertainment that you give us every single week.
Well, it's my pleasure. And again, very thankful for the fantastic team we have down here in NXT, the incredible men and women that come through these doors. It is, a pleasure to be able to work with them and so excited for them to have an opportunity this weekend to go out there and show the world just how special and unique they are. And so thank you guys. I appreciate it, everybody. You know what I mean? As I knock on the door 60, I appreciate everybody still allowing me to do this stuff because I'm having a blast doing it.
That's what it's all about, man. Thank you again for the interview. Hopefully you get some rest this week leading into the weekend. And I can't wait till I potentially get the opportunity to interview you again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me. And thanks for helping us out with this.
For sure. No problem.
You bet.